Victorian Secrets, Chapter 3, Exploration. As we walked outside of the house, it was only then did I truly notice the vast emptiness of the world. Sure, it was vibrant and filled with wildlife similar to my old world. There were cows grazing in a field up a hill. A flock of seagulls squealed as they flew above us, and I even thought I caught a glimpse of a little orange fox. Yet humanity was no longer the dominant species. It was just something that coexisted alongside nature. I shuddered, and Cupid noticed. "You okay, Dad?" I shook my hand back and forth in the crisp air. "What does that gesture mean?" "Oh yeah, that's right. It's a symbol for saying so-so. I'm neither doing horrible nor am I great. I'm just taking in the natural beauty of the world, and it's jarringly opposite to the horrendous history." Cupid slowly nodded. "Yes. It was much cleaner form of reality than it was 26 years ago. Prior to the collapse, the world was choking itself, and Berkowitz only tightened the noose." Cupid looked around at the nature wide-eyed. "What you thinking about, kiddo?" His curly, blonde hair was lightly bobbing and flowing in the gentle breeze as we walked. "About how I never truly understood humanity. Yeah, I could gather lots by observation, but it pales in comparison to the depth of humanity. Emotions themselves makes for the juxtaposition of horror and need to keep going despite the darkness." Browning's face was one of profound sorrow and grief. "You never know how good life is till it's gone, or given." Sad but undeniably true. Then in the distance there was a large building that looked far too advanced for this stylistic society. It was a large rusting metal frame. The chrome shine was there in the spots where the rust hadn't taken hold yet, and it had a circular device on top of the building. Oh my god, was that a satellite dish? And there was nothing around it that looked like it, and the sloped rooftop glittered and shone bright. Solar panels? "Dad, is that a satellite dish and solar panels?" All I did was look ahead while slowly nodding. "Commander, what is this?" He continued to walk forward. "It's called the Ark. It was a bastion of technology that we used and are continuing to use to advance. It was offline when the world died, as one of Berkowitz's generals sent an EMP off once Berkowitz was killed. The general knew we'd lost, so he took us all down with him." Cupid looked intensely upset. "Pardon my language, but that is fucked beyond belief. Is there anything we can do to help?" Browning smiled. "Actually, yes, there is. You two. You and your dad. You have traversed the multiverse, and your father is a brilliant scientist. Maybe with the help of your combined intelligence, we can regain part of what was lost." I'd usually do anything to help, no matter how insignificant, but this was almost destiny, if such a thing exists. "Absolutely. There was never a choice in my mind. Cupid, I'm sure you agree." He eagerly nodded. Browning embraced us both in a tight hug. "My world will forever be in your debt. Even if you can't entirely fix it, that doesn't matter. We've only been able to glean some data and technology in the past 25 years, as most of the science was beyond my understanding." I cracked my knuckles on my neck, feeling good with the newfound grace of a youngster's vitality. That in my mind was now given a newfound purpose. Oh, and I could teach my son science. How fun would this be? But not only fun, also rewarding. Then Cupid asked something that flew under my mind's radar. "Wait a minute, you said you knew about the multiverse and knew the singular rule of interdimensional travel. How? It doesn't make sense." Browning's gaze wandered up to the sky. "Because I had the chance to see the rip in reality when I was 12 years old. We had a highly advanced society, but it was the best of science coupled with the worst of humanity." So Browning saw it all, from the pinnacle of culture and science to the utter depravity and eventually even the tentative rebuilding. Well, gentlemen, let's not waste time. As we all know, time is of the essence. And before long we had reached the doors of the building. It was locked with a chain and padlock. Then Browning took a skeleton key out of his suit pocket and unlocked it. The slightly rusted door hinges creaked and moaned as they opened, and inside was my dream made manifest.